Hello guys and welcome to another track guide video, and today we got Spa Francorchamps in Group 4, and for this one I decided to go with the Nissan Silvia in Group 4 of course, and we will be using the racing hard tires. You can use different cars, but this guide will be with the Nissan Silvia, so there are a couple of points that I will address in this video. So this video was kind of special for me because I got into the top 10 actually. When I was looking at the leaderboards, this is at this point P2 in the world, so it's a pretty good result. I think a couple of good advices will eventually matter in this one, but make sure that you check out the weather first. So I think this is probably the most valuable lesson that I've learned in GT since the update. So you have to find the perfect weather, and the weather should be clear and it could be kind of sunny. But without further ado guys, let's get going. And yeah, let's get going with the track guide, and the first one is the 100-meter sign, or you can use the pole on the right. As soon as you pass that pole, I usually tend to brake. Follow the tire marks here, so this is crucial. I tend to brake more in the straight line, release the brakes completely, upshift in second gear, and kind of straighten up so the car gets more speed on the way out. So the cars got a little bit heavier since the update, and it's a bit different approach to actually my driving style changed a little bit because it had to change, otherwise I would be slower. So it's all about the exit. Now here, once again, follow the tire marks. So I think this is the crucial point of pretty much any corner in here, or Rouge and Radion especially. If you don't want to lift, if you want to do this flat out, you have to follow the tire marks. I mean, it's difficult to do, but eventually if you do it right, you will get a huge boost in lap time. So here, it's the curb, and I will kind of guide you through this point. So we are going down into second, and you can see that I'm letting go off the brakes, as I said before, upshifting into third gear, and I'm not using the brakes that much. I want to kind of let the car go, because just as I said before, it's heavier, it's going to require more time and more speed and more force to stop it. So if you get that flow, you really need to get the flow of the car to make it work. So eventually you will see, even in this corner, I'm turning in at the same time as I'm starting to brake. But also the reference is the curb. So as soon as the curb starts, you start braking, but also brake into the turn. So not straight line braking and then turn, it's brake and turn at the same time. And you can see I'm off the brakes. I'm basically coasting through this section until this last cone, and then upshifting the third gear, and you can start putting the power down fully in third gear. Okay. Now this is the most difficult part, I would say. In between these two kind of points, you have to press the brakes at about 50% and let go. Let the car coast for a little while, and then just before the apex, put the power down to get, I would say, the best amount of acceleration out of the corner, because as I said before, you need to always be focused on the way out. So the exit is crucial. Here, just after the 50, I'm braking. I'm not going in early into the turn, so this was a little bit earlier than I wanted, but it's always about managing the exit of the turn. So basically, I'm never going to turn in quickly and just ride the curb to get around the turn, but I just want to get the latest possible line into this one. So here, circuit at Spa, as soon as you pass it, you brake, and you can see I'm going wide, but I'm getting off the brakes, because if I stay on the brakes, the car would eventually slide. It would get a lot of understeer. But once again here, third gear, a little tab on the brakes, nothing too much, maybe about 20% will be enough. Third gear on the way out. And I've always said it, I lost a bit of time, it wasn't perfect, but you have to keep up the flow. You have to really keep it up with the track. So basically here, going curb, once again, let go before the apex, and then power out a little bit before the apex. So you can see actually the exit was better. And here, I'm even lifting a little bit before the actual apex, so I can carry that speed onto the straight. I know this wasn't my best run until this point. It was actually a 10th and a half, I think a 10th better in my previous run, but in the end it was a pretty good result. But here, tire marks, turn in, lift before the turn, and then flat out. So this will give you more speed on the way out, and you will have more speed by the end of the straight. I mean, yeah, okay, this is a crucial point, I guess, to not to really destroy your lap. It's about 140. As soon as you pass the 150-meter sign, if you can brake closer to 130 to 135, that would be great, but I actually missed this part. You want to go over the green part, into the second gear. You might even want to downshift into first, but I don't think it's necessary. A little tap on the brakes, second gear on the way out, and make sure that the car is straightened up. If the weather is not clear, the car will slide a little bit here. But if you get the weather perfectly, you will get a lot more grip and your times will get closer to 127.4. I mean, it will be, I would say it will be like additional half a second better than it is when it's cloudy or when it's a little bit raining and so on. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I mean, what can I say? If you want to smash a like button, you can. If you want to subscribe, of course, I do appreciate it. So until the next time, guys, bye. Four, 7, 6, and we will stop with this.